subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
On the late night tap in. All right. Let's get this thing cracking. On the late night tap in, everybody pile on in. Everybody come on in the room. This lovely, I won't even say what time of day it is because people listen to the broadcast at different times. But I'm here. What's going on, man? How y'all living, fam? We are doing the late night tap in. Welcome everybody to the room. Glad to have everybody in here. Shout out to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Hope you guys are gearing up for the holiday weekend or the holiday week. Wishing everybody safety, love, and success, and all that great stuff. Before we get started, let me start shouting out some of the regulars in the room. Let me give them some love real quick. I see a lot of regulars are in here early. We got, let me see, there's a lot of new faces in here. Shout out to the new faces. But some of the regulars we have FBA Town. We have Sweets in the building, Rhonda in the building, Deneen. I haven't seen Deneen in a minute. What's up, Deneen? We have Trinity, Lando, um, Stephanie. What's up, Stephanie? We have Brother Marcel, Israelite in the building, Wayne, Hoodoo. Glad to have you guys tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get calls early. I want to see what's on your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to see what's on your mind. Open mic. We discuss anything y'all want to chop it up about. Y'all know how we get down. That's how we get it. What's up, Nikki the God in the building? Shout out to Nikki. I see a lot of people are requesting the mic very early, so that's good. That's always a good sign. Who was Eat Esau? So like a Hebrew Israelite brother. Esau, hop on real quick. Esau, what's up?
How you doing, Tariq?
What's up, brother? You good?
I'm great. I wanted to ask you this question, and this is a question that I'm going to ask everybody that I listen to.
Yes.
How do you do research? Like, do you have a question in your mind and then you Google it and then go down a rabbit hole? How is it that you do research and retain the information? And also, how do you know that the information that you're finding is legitimate and true?
Good question. Very, very good question. Research. Thank you for the call. I read a lot of books, study a lot of articles, and then I see the commonality in things. I make things kind of applicable to us and our lives and our lineage because it's all relative. We have to look at it from that paradigm. A lot of things out here, a lot of parts of history, our footprints are in those parts of history. So that's the intriguing thing for me to uncover so many parts of history that we have our feet and our hands in, and how it's hidden and why it was hidden. Um, when you start going down one path, your eyes are open to different things. It's like if you got on the high beams, you start seeing everything on the road. If you're driving at night on a road and you put them high beams on, you not only see what's in front of you directly, you start seeing what's on the side, what's in the peripheral, what's in the sky. You might see a bird, an insect. So when you put those woke high beams on, you just start seeing things from a different perspective. For example, I lived in Birmingham, Alabama when I was a kid. And my school, I think my school was on, one of my schools was on Cotton Avenue. And I never put two and two together as a kid. It was just Cotton Avenue. As I got older and I understood um, history a little bit better and how everything about our history was relative to the way cities and streets were set up, Cotton Avenue was named that because there was a plantation, and I always knew it was a plantation, but I really didn't put two and two together. It was a plantation, I think the Arlington Plantation, and it was a tourist attraction, but I just never thought about it. Just a plantation, whatever. But as I got older, I realized, okay, this is a plantation, and the street is called Cotton Street because that's what they were selling. And right across from the plantation was the damn housing project. So I'm like, wait, this is the same exact setup as it would have been in 1840. So getting older and understanding consciousness, you start seeing things, you start putting two and two together. So that's why it's very important to just read and just soak in information, because what happens is it puts your high beams on. So you just start seeing stuff and it starts making sense to you. You see? So that's why it's very important to retain as much information as and learn about as much information as possible, because you'll start waking up to a lot of things. That's why when a lot of people call up, I can kind of get a sense of where they're from based on accents, just by learning and understanding where accents come from and how people pick up certain dialect, and um, what parts of the country were colonized by this group. And just, it's very important to read and learn as much as you can. The universe is the university. There's a reason why university is called a university, because you're studying the universe. This is what Neely Fuller taught us. You're supposed to be studying everything. You look at everything and look at the science behind it. Look at the sociology behind it. You understand, when you drive through cities, okay, why are all the black people in this part of town? When did black people get to this part of town? When I was just in Palm Springs a week or so ago. Beautiful place. And I wanted to know the history of it. Okay, the black folks. What was going on with the black folks here? Why is this place is very LGBT friendly? That's interesting. Why is it that? Come to find out, back in the 50s, 60s, they burned down a lot of black people's homes. They just had to give them compensation. Like a few days ago, they just announced they were going to compensate the black people of Palm Springs based on some of the janky stuff that they were doing back in the 50s and 60s. They tried to frame it as reparations, but it's not reparations. It's based on a lawsuit. So little stuff like that, just being aware of what's being said and what's being done and why people use certain languages, and being on top of it and accepting and not accepting certain things. So it's very important. All right, who is this person? Who is this Marcel Levin? Who is this person giving a thumbs down? All right, Marcel Levin, hop on, brother. I don't know why you're giving the thumbs down, sir. What's up, Marcel? You want to unmute your microphone?
Yo, hello?
Yeah, then what's with that? You're giving a lot of thumbs downs. What's that about?
Yo, Tariq, I got an issue. Yo, I called in before. I think you remember me because I called in and said our grandchildren should get reparations, right?
Okay, I
But
think
first
I
of
think I
all,
do remember you. I think you said we shouldn't get reparations, but our grandchildren should get reparations, right?
yeah, and you kept dismissing me because I had just left the bar or whatever. But it's
Okay.
whatever.
Were you the guy from Philly?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, because you were calling, you were bar hopping and and then talking that. But what's up, man? What's the issue you have?
So listen, I want to start this off by saying like I listen to all your spaces and your peoples call me, or our peoples. They call me a tether or whatever because I got it like I don't like to sit around and being like a circle jerk or whatever.
No,
But
we
I
don't
just called
do that.
up
Do
this
that.
little, I don't want to call out her name, but Juicy, that man, TS Giselle, they was just on my ass, whatever. But I was like, I think like in these spaces, right? You know Myron Gaines, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I called in his space, I called into his space a couple of times, and you know, there's no shortage of people, criticizing the black community, and you talk about black on black crime, whatever. But I feel like in these spaces, y'all never talk about our issues. Like it's like a bunch of circle jerking going on in here. It's like
But
we
what's
got weirdos like Juicy, TS Giselle,
no? You're not going to.
re-ups.
But no, hold on. No, no, you're not going to start throwing folks' names under the bus. You're not. This ain't the place for that. You're not going to throw re-ups and juicy. You're not going to do that. That's not what you're gonna do. You're not gonna be slick this and you done sat here and thrown people's names under the bus multiple times. Now that's hope. Now we're not gonna do host. Now, what issue do you have about us addressing issues, or are you just calling them just to get some clout? What are you doing?
Calling to get some clout. What? Like
Yeah.
I was just on a space. I was on a space listening or whatever, and I joined. They started getting on my ass
What
because
they
I said,
about? What they get on you about?
I don't know. They just started cursing me out, saying a bunch of weird shit.
No, no, you must have said something dumb, like you low key saying dumb stuff now. So you must have
I,
went and said something dumb, and they check you, right?
no, they didn't check nothing, bro. It's just like I just think that in these spaces, it's like a bunch of circle jerking going on. It's like
You
y'all never.
said that multiple times. There's no
I
circle.
said it twice. I said it twice.
Right. That's multiple. There's no circle jerks. People can talk about whatever they want to talk about in here, but if you come in just babbling and not making any sense, people are going to call you out for it.
No, it wasn't no babbling going on. But
What's your point? What do you want to talk about? You still haven't said what you wanted to talk about.
all right, can I ask you a question?
What do you want to talk about?
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you think there's any problems in the black community right now, in Black American community?
Yeah, white supremacy. That's the number one problem. We got
All
white
right,
supremacy.
besides, all right, what exactly what white supremacy? What exactly is it?
They dominate and control what we do and the resources.
So, do you think there's anything in our control that we control
What
that there's a problem?
we gotta start figuring out what to do about white supremacy, because everything else, while we try to ignore white supremacy, is going to fail because it's going to circle back. We have to acknowledge white supremacy. Do you agree with that or disagree?
Of course, I feel like we do acknowledge that enough,
Okay.
but there's also a bigger issue though.
Well, what's that?
Uh, I'm not one of those people that always want to blame things on the Jews, but I,
What's the problem? We got a Jewish problem?
I think we do. We do got a Jewish problem
Falls
also.
that would fall under white, because the only Jewish people who we would have an issue with are the ones who practice white
But
supremacy.
they're
Still
they're
white.
de- they're delineating those just like we are.
Oh no, they disdelineate when it comes to practicing anti-black racism. The Jewish people, the Irish people, the Italian people who want to practice anti-black racism, they all get back on code for that. They do not delineate for that. When do Jewish, Italian, or any other people delineate from each other when it comes to anti-black racism? When do they defend us?
They don't. They don't.
To go. So they're one and the same when they believe in anti-black racism. So I don't break them up, sir. It's
But
irrelevant.
you don't see where I'm coming from though. I understand that we got enough people on our bumper all the time about the black community, and they criticize us about stuff that don't exist, like the black on black crime thing. It's not really a real issue, but I feel like in these spaces I listen to it all the time. It's just a bunch of like I don't know, man. I don't want to say that word again, but it seemed like y'all just sit here and just like stroke each other's ego all day.
No, we don't. We talk about different stuff in here.
Like Dr. Umar and his stuff, like he talk about issues and stuff that's going on. Like he a Pan Africanist or whatever, but he talk about the issues with Africans and stuff.
Like what?
I don't know. You ever listen to one of his spaces?
Yeah, like what? So
Well, not his spaces. Like I'm on Instagram Live. He
okay.
talk about like the black community, spending too much money on like weave and McDonald's and liquor. He talk about the mental health crisis in the black community. And these spaces is just like a bunch of feel good stuff. I come here at work, I come here listen to feel good and all that. But then I go back to the real world. It's just like, yo,
Then
I
how
look
come
around.
then how come you're not in Dr. Umar's space now and enjoying his great commentary?
Uh, you missing my point though.
I mean, damn. I mean, nobody's forcing you to come in. None
No,
of
no, no. Of course not. Of course not. I love
them.
your spaces.
I mean, that's the great thing about the spaces. You can either go in and go out. You don't
Right, right.
spaces. Don't
But
listen.
you missing my point though. You
No, no,
still missing my point.
no, no. I don't like Myron Gaines. I don't go in his spaces. I don't go in those spaces. I
I
went.
don't either. I blocked them. I blocked them.
So I don't give a shit about what Myron Gaines says. He's a wannabe white supremacist. That's all I need to know. If all of these spaces are not to your liking, why are you going in them?
I didn't. What? Oh, I did not say. I just told you I love your spaces.
I'm not talking about me. You came in complaining about re-ups and juicy. If
Oh
you
no, I had joined their space earlier. I don't even know why I mentioned them, bro. But I joined their space earlier, and they was cursing me out and saying a bunch of weird gay stuff because TS Giselle was on there. All I said was TS Giselle was annoying and attention seeker. They was like, "Oh, you must want her," some weird gay shit, like a bunch of weirdos. But
okay,
I don't even know why I mentioned them. My bad. I don't know
right?
why
I
I
don't
mentioned
know. I don't know either, sir. But anyway, again, brother, if you don't like what you're listening to in
I
certain,
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
but you just said these spaces are circle jerks and ain't nobody talking about nothing. Well, then don't go in the rooms. That's problem solved, right?
But that's not no, that's not problem solved.
Okay, you're
That's
talking
not me
in circles.
saying I don't like it. I just say I join your spaces at work.
You're talking in circles, and I had to let him go. Let me tell y'all something, fam. Excuse me. Still got a little cough here. Fam, let me tell y'all something. Let me get deep for 1 minute. Well, before I get deep, because we got time, let me get Epic. Let me get this person in before I get deep. Epic Trader. Then I get heavy. Epic Trader, you in here, man? Epic, you want to unmute your mic?
Tariq, how are you?
I'm good. Where's that accent from?
Hello, Tariq.
Man, where is that accent from? Where you from?
I'm I'm an African, you know,
You're from Africa? What part of Africa, sir?
Kenya.
You're from Kenya. Okay, so what's on
Yeah.
your mind, Trader?
I was listening to your spaces and then you are talking about this deep stuff about life and consciousness and, applying this physics or stuff. And then I was wondering, do you all guys think about life in a sense that you apply physics and consciousness and try to solve some stuff and then the shit comes up where it's like some sort of subconsciousness receives everything as a fact, despite how much you believe in that thing. You know
Second. Oh, brother, are those ostriches in the back? What kind of birds are those in the back?
what?
What are those birds you got in the back? Why y'all African brothers be calling with these wild animals in the background? What kind of birds are those, sir?
There are no animals in my background.
I
It's
birds.
just me talking.
I'm so concerned about these animals. Y'all sound like y'all got a pot of damn ugusi stew about to dip the birds in them and screaming for help. Every time I talk to y'all, there's a bird screaming for some goddamn help in the back. What kind of bird is that, sir?
There are no birds in my back. You gotta listen to my stuff or you're gonna
Them tweeting.
continue kicking my ass.
Those birds, we hear them tweeting in the back, sir. They're tweeting SOS signals. They're tweeting for help. What kind of birds? What kind of you have birds in there? Are you in Kenya now, sir? Are you in Kenya? Oh goodness. Okay. Oh, Epic Crate, let me let you go.
I'm
Oh,
conscious.
okay. Thank you. Good Lord. Oh Lord, Lord, Lord. God, these guys always call me when it's bushmeat lunchtime. Poor animals be in the back crying for help. It's very sad. They always calling it as a distressed meerkat somewhere. It's always some weird stuff when they call up. God damn, man. Every time they call this a bird, it's just some weird wild animal in the background and some water boiling. I'm like, what y'all doing, man? And and then he's babbling. I don't know what was he saying? I don't know what he was saying. They get to babbling while they're cooking. They frying up bush meat, babbling. What is he talking about? One of them village griot stories. I don't know what he's talking about. Is that what they do while they prepare bushmeat meals? They just give stories about the village. First of all, we have a culture that goes far, far away. Okay, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I try to have everybody up here to give you a fair shot, but damn, y'all got to work with me here. Okay. But going back to the first caller, man, I want y'all to understand something. Shout out to everybody in here. We got damn near 1,000 people in here early. Y'all give us a retweet. Give me a retweet. Let me tell you something, family. Right after the election, I told people you're going to see kind of an uptick on a lot of weird behavior. You're going to see a lot of weird behavior going on because the Democrats, as we saw, they were giving a lot of resources to the Boule class to target us. And this was their open funding that we saw, just millions and just hundreds of millions of dollars being thrown around. Billions. It started to get to the billions with the Rowlands and Sharptons and all of these people. That money was for them to go after us. This is the money that's reported. I want y'all to understand there's also a dark money budget. These political parties, the Democrats, they have a budget, a dark money budget. So this is the money they spend that they don't have to account for because they usually give them to certain organizations. And if the organization has some type of particular filing, it doesn't have to be reported. So if you know for a fact that these people have given hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars upfront and openly to certain people to target Black folks, you better believe they've probably given more or equal amounts of money to that dark money fund to fund provocateurs, disruptors, and trolls to come into these spaces to disrupt discourse, to disrupt progress. We knew after the election, some of that dark money fund was going to be used on people to come around and circle the block and target us in these grassroots spaces because the Democrats took a major L. They took a major L and they know it was the grassroots. They know it was us. They've been blaming us. They've been pointing a finger. They want to get their lick back. So now, family, have you guys noticed random people pop up in these spaces and in these circles with a lot of plebiscite babble? These unknown people that don't nobody know just pop up out the blue, plebiscite babbling, making these disruptive circular arguments that are pointless and time wasting because the name of the game is to waste time. And also, it's not just the new faces that pop up, some of the old sleeper cells. We got some sleeper cells around here. All right. I want y'all to understand this. You got some folks out here who act like they're down and act like they're with the movement and everything, but a lot of these people are some of those remnants from Clubhouse, and Clubhouse was a cluster flop of a lot of degeneracy. But you got a lot of those folks who were talking real slick on Clubhouse and come over here and get a little brand new, but they're still very oppy. So watch out for a lot of this oppy behavior that you're going to see in some of these spaces. Watch out for the plebiscite babble. Watch out for these people who have questionable pasts in some of these spaces, who kind of have a reputation of flip-flopping and dipping and diving and saying little slick stuff here and there, saying a lot of disruptive stuff. You got to watch out for that. I saw a lot of that when we were going to some of those reparations hearings out in California. Some of those folks that you see in these spaces talking about how they're reparationists and whoop-de-whoop. And these folks were literally at these reparations task force hearings trying to sabotage it. I'm seeing this with my own eyes. These folks were in there acting a plumb damn fool. There was no logical reason for some of the stuff they were doing in those places. Literally nothing logical about us getting reparations. These folks were literally in there disrupting, trying to sabotage the reparations. And these are folks who be up in the spaces acting like they're really grassroots. There's a lot of that stuff out here, man. We better understand there's a lot of dark money flowing, and a lot of people are going to be in the spaces acting like they're down, but they're really ops. And you're going to see an uptick of that really under Trump, because the Democrats are going to get their lick back. The Democrat, they're going to spend a lot of dark money. If they gave Roland Martin's fat ass $350,000, this goofball, there's big money being flowed back and forth on the dark money circles, because this dude, Roland, wasn't even effective. But some of those dark money trolls and provocateurs, some of these guys can be effective because they got them covert. A lot of these people are very covert, and the name of the game is to disrupt any progress. The minute we start talking about tangibles, they come in crashing out, talking in circles and trying to get everybody off their square by plebiscite babbling. We got to watch out for that damn plebiscite babbling. When people come around talking in circles and they ain't really making no sense, and it's just all over the place and it's just endless, it's going on and on and on. That's not nobody playing dumb. We got to watch it and realize some people are not playing dumb. Well, some people are playing dumb. People ain't that damn dumb. Like that one guy who called the other day, that old Democrat Sambo, who called up acting dumb. Anytime, like, hey brother, where you from? I don't know where I is from. It's been 400 years. How am I supposed to know where I is from? The Lord just brought me here. I don't know. Nigga, what city were you born? Where your parents or grandparents? My grandpappy died. I don't know. He never told me nothing. Just acting dumb. Like, you ain't that damn dumb, brother. And then the sister called up and said, hey, this guy calls into our spaces all the time with that dumb shit. He always calls up with that. I said, okay, that makes sense. The sister said, hey, he's always on that, calling up acting dumb. That's by design. You can't be, he said it was 60. I think he was about 67, 68. I think it was older. You cannot be that old and dumb. You can't get to be that old and dumb. Yeah, so he was playing dumb. He just didn't know nothing. Like, hey, let me ask you this. Is you enrolling, is all us from the same soil? We the same peoples because we is all black? Nigga, what are you talking about? Then that's playing dumb. So we got to watch out for stuff like that. We got to watch this oppie behavior. And unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of it. Shout out to everybody in here. Got 1,200 people in here. What's up, Red Joker? What's up, Brother McCown? What's up, Amore? What's up, Brooke? My lovely sister Brooke. What's up, Annette? I see you down there, dear. All right, let's get Jahai. Let's get Jahai in here. Jahai, then I'm gonna get Brother Lando in the building. Jahai, then I'm gonna get Brother Maroc in the building.
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, sir. So I have a question. I think, is there any chance you're going to bring back the Train Awards?
You know what? I do need to do that. I've been wanting to do that. Have it,
I think this year might be the best year to do it, no?
man. It's, you know what? The reason why it took so long, because so many Sambos were piling up. It ran out of It was too many categories. Oh,
I, I,
the Democrat Sambos,
oh my God.
the Republican ones. It's just many. Literally, that was the only thing holding us up. We were coming up with categories, and it was so many categories. I'm like, well, damn it, this is going to be a damn telethon. There's so many Sambos out here.
Oh, I think a telethon might even make it even better.
Yeah,
Do a telethon. Oh, yes.
hey, that might work, man. That might work. But we definitely want to do another one. But damn, how many folk we got? Oh my goodness, we got the Larry Elders, Jesse Lee Petersons, The Candace Owens, and then we got the Rollins, and oh goodness, all the Democrat ones. It'll be a never-ending train. You dig? So we are gonna put it together. We are gonna make it happen. We'll make it happen again. Brother Lando, what's happening?
What up, Doe Flex? This your boy Lando from Detroit. How you doing?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, brother?
Man, sending you some good healing energy, sending you some good health and everything your way. So I was listening to the last space you did a few days ago and listening today, and it's funny how our minds think alike. So I'm listening, I'm like, it's a lot of weird ass energy that's in here. And what I've been hearing is you have a lot of callers that's been calling in and very passive aggressive, was like, yo, I mess with your stuff, I mess with you do. And then sooner or later it's starting to hate and it's starting to point in, hey man, I like what you're doing, but you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And I
I,
wanna talk and explain how it works to people. The thing is, when you are a person that's in the community that have receipts of consistently being a person that say you're going to do what you're going to do in this industry, y'all, you don't have a lot of people like Tariq that say, yo, I'm going to do this museum, I'm going to do this documentary, and usually it never come out and everybody got excuses. He has
yeah,
tangibles of doing it. And for the people that try to call in, if you don't have no history of doing stuff like how you said the other day, you like, hey, if you want to start this pro black thing, you want to start this, yo, why haven't you been doing it? Because if you wanted to do something in the community, you can write a book, you can do so many different things. And that's where I've been at because a lot of people try to debate or disagree with me. But I put my mind, my money, my time, my energy into the community. Writing
yeah,
written books, this Thanksgiving, I'm giving away 100 plates of food. So it's like, if you don't have any receipts of doing stuff, I don't respect it. So I land my plane, but I just want people to understand that's why Tyreek keep on getting the energy because you don't have people that say they're gonna do something and actually do it. So we rock with you, Flex. Keep doing your thing, dog.
much respect. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Listen, again, I think it's real oppy, to be honest, because people call up and they got these real weird talking points that sound very similar. So it sounds like it's coming from some kind of think tank, some weird accusatory thing. It always circles back to something accusatory. Like I'm supposed to be co-signing whatever cockamamie scheme they have. And if I don't co-sign it, I'm wrong for not co-signing one of these Renum Spoons ideas. If you got a Renum Spoons idea, knock yourself out. If you got some kind of social justice idea, do your social justice idea. But don't try to sit here and low-key shade me for not going along with whatever you got going on. See, that's the oppie stuff. When folks start doing that, that's oppie. Because now people looking at you funny. Why is your biggest concern me? If you're really about creating some kind of social justice movement, why is all of your energy focusing on Tariq? Well, why don't you just do what you're supposed to do? Everything is circulating around my opinion on your ideas. What's that about? That sounds very oppy, don't it? If you got an idea, just get out there and do it. But if you got some unknown, faceless people being very accusatory, that sound like it's coming from somewhere. Sound like it's coming from some centralized location. That's real, real interesting.
Good way, good way.